Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my Chanel. I have something I want to talk about. This is something I have been seeing in our generation like a lot. And this is basically sex. It's about sex. I want to talk about sex when it comes to Gen Z, our generation, right? Like we that are now in our 20s. It's all very confusing, to me at least. It's so contradictory and just weird, right? We're in a weird state right now when it comes to sex. The big thing is everyone is too freaked out, but somehow everyone is still lonely. Like, I don't know. It's not making sense, right? Everyone is just a little too freaked out for me right now. Maybe it's just me, but everyone is freaked out, but no one is having fun, which I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, how? Let me explain what I mean. Let me explain what I mean. So imagine you're like, you tell your girls, hey, let's go to the club. Let's go to the club. Let's go turn up. Let's see what's going on. So y'all get dressed, titties out, ass out, mini skirts. You know what I'm saying? Bustiers. What are them things that you be, the things that snatch you up real good? Y'all are dressed to the nines. You might even be wearing heels. And then you step into the club and what's going on? Nothing. Matter of fact, there is barely any dancing space. It's all just chairs. People are just sitting down smoking hookah. And the DJ is interrupting the music every 5 seconds to say some stupid shit that you don't even hear or understand. That's the state of our clubbing scene today. That's where we are as a society, as a people. How sad, how uninteresting, how boring, how fucking boring. I'm not even gonna lie. Lounges and hookah have our generation in a fucking chokehold, and I don't know why. Why are you leaving your house just to sit on someone else's couch? That doesn't make sense to me. You ain't got couches at home? You go with all your friends just to sit on somebody else's couch. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to me. That makes no sense to me. And then the people that are dancing, nobody is dancing like regular dances anymore. Everybody has to bend over and shake ass. But here's what really gets me. You know what? I love when the girls are bent over shaking booty, right? I love it. How fun. But here's what really gets me. When I see a girl twerking on a dude and she's bent over, putting in all that work, booty going, and here go the dude. He just staring down like he's too cool to do anything. What? You're too good to dance? You're too good to even tap that ass? Like, I'm just confused. I'm confused. She's bent over, putting in all that work. You think twerking is easy, sir? You think it's real easy? And then he's just uninterested. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. Like, why? That is so sad to me. That is so uninteresting to me. It's so boring. It's so fucking boring. Like, I don't understand. Don't you want to have fun? Isn't that why you came here? But see, our generation, we've seen so many highs. We've experienced so many highs that, like, we just need more to get any type of feeling. It's almost like we're just numb. So even things that should be exciting aren't, because it's like, oh, that's a regular girl, but I just seen two bad bitches with the BBLs. Oh, The regular booty is not interesting anymore, right? Because we've seen so many BBLs. It's like that kind of vibe. And it's so sad. It's so sad because it just seems like no one is having fun anymore. Right? But let me get back to my topic on actual sex, right? First of all, the ass titties, the nudity, I'm not, it's not like I want the girls all covered up. I don't. I believe in the gospel that is miniskirts, okay? I believe in the cleavage of it all. It's just, I don't know how to say it. I just feel like these days, it's just kind of, yeah, it's done. It's overdone. We don't seen it all. We've seen everything there is to see. I mean, nothing is special anymore. When we see, like, I mean, girl, what haven't we seen? We've seen it all. We've seen the ass, we've seen the titties, probably, like, probably some booty holes on the internet somewhere. And I'm not even talking about on porn sites. I'm talking about just regular internet, probably some booty holes, some coochie. Like, we've seen the nips. Like, how many times have we seen celebrities? They're basically naked under their dress. It's all just, now. Like, it's kind of just, it's kind of boring. So when I see the celebrities come out and they're basically fully naked, it's uninteresting to me. Because it's like, we've seen it all, you know? That's what I'm talking about. I feel like maybe not even our generation, but like the generation before us, they really took it so far that it's just kind of too much. It's kind of overweight. It's like, you know, it's all boring. Nothing about it is exciting anymore. You know, what I would like to see is some style, some type of, I don't know. It doesn't even have to be unique, but some identity, some personality mixed in instead of the personality being ass and titties. Let's just see personality with ass and titties or without. Yeah. I would actually like to see that. I would like to see that. I would like to see aesthetics. I would like to see art and creativity. More of that in the popular media rather than just ass and titties. Yeah, that's what I would like to see. Now, going back to sex, can we talk about the fact that so many people, men and women, are like freaked out because of extreme porn usage? Men is usually regular porn. With women, it's eroticas, the smut. That's why the girls are obsessed with the spice books. They can't read romance books that are just romance. Otherwise, it's boring. But really, what they just like is to read porn. They just want to read porn. I don't know why we're now calling it spice or smut. Well, smut is what it's called, right? Smut eroticas. It's basically porn, reading porn. So when the girls are like, oh my God, zero spice, you mean it's just a romance book with no porn in it? No shit. And here's the thing, I get it. When I was younger, look, I read so many, so I have read so much erotica and smut that I'm like, oh my God, I had no business doing that at that age. Like, please take a sponge to my brain. Okay? Clean it out real good because I had no business doing it. But it's like now it's almost like, but then even then, I basically had to hide to read that. It sure as hell wasn't in all types of books. But now It's everywhere. Matter of fact, you can barely, okay, let me not say you can barely, but most romance books that are popular on TikTok, it's because it has some smut. But then here's what pisses me off about those books. It's not even good. Like the smut is not even good. It's not. And I can say that as somebody that has read a wide variety and can tell if it's good or not. It's not good. But we don't even care that we're affecting younger minds in such a way unnecessarily. Unnecessarily, because why is it necessary for a romance book to have porn in it? It's not. Now, with this overwhelming amount of porn, nudity, and basically everything sexual in popular media, in all forms of popular media, and in our society, and clearly it's on everyone's minds, why is it that people are still having sex, no condom, literally the first time they meet somebody? I am so confused. So it's fuck STDs. Like we just had the AIDS crisis. Like just y'all, it hasn't even wasn't that just what in the 90s? Y'all, STD rates are rising. Use the condom. Use the condom. I don't understand. Now they even have different flavors and shit. Fucking use it. I don't understand. I'm so confused. I literally read a Reddit story. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. I read a Reddit story. Give me, and this girl was literally talking about this dude that wasn't even her boyfriend for real. Was fucking her raw and asking her to beg for his cum. Y'all, I gotta read this shit to y'all because when I read it, I didn't even know how to react. I was just so confused and stressed. Cause girl, what is hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Oh, yeah, I don't know how to find this shit. I saved it on Reddit, but now I can't find it. Mm, damn, damn, damn. Hmm. How do I find this? Can I get that? Can I get that? Can I get that? Can I get that? Can I get that macaroni wrap chocolate? Can I get that all on that rim tray? I was like, yo, Trey, do you think you can buy me a bottle of rosé? Okay, I found it. And it was written under the Am I the asshole? Would I be the asshole? Public ready for, right? And the topic is the guy I dated refused to show me his STD results, so I told him I was pregnant. This is what she said. I matched with this guy on Bumble and we immediately hit it off. We had several deep conversations via text before we even met. By the time we had our first date, we had already developed an intimate emotional relationship and we're acting like a full-blown couple at the restaurant. Pretty soon after that, we became physically intimate and both alluded to feeling super emotionally and physically connected to one another. He showered me with compliments nonstop and was basically love bombing. We were very open about having feelings for each other. We continued seeing each other multiple times a week, but it was always the same routine. He'd show up late at night, we'd be intimate, watch a show or talk and cuddle, then he'd leave. He explained the reason for this was that it was tax season, he's an accountant, and that he was working nonstop. He'd show up still in his work clothes. I also began noticing that his texts started to become a bit sporadic. For example, he wouldn't text me back for 2 days at a time or take hours to respond. When I asked him about this, he gave me the same excuse. I had an intuition very soon about I had an intuition very soon after our initial date that something was off, but I brushed it off because my friends were saying that I was just trying to find the bad in a good thing. I have a tendency of running away from people when things get too serious. Over the next few weeks, this feeling persisted and the dynamic of us never going out continued. At the time, I had no hard evidence, so I kept chalking my feeling up to my personal issues with relationships up to my personal issues with relationships. However, I told him that his lack of communication bothered me and he said he would be better about that. He never was. At that point, I began pulling back a little. I felt silly for texting him frequently and responding quickly. What was odd was that he noticed and began questioning me about this. He said it made him insecure and like I lost interest. I explained my rationale and was very communicative. Again, he said he would get better about texting me, but again, he never did. We had these exact conversations multiple times. I hadn't heard from him in a few days, and when he eventually called me, I assumed it was because he missed me and wanted to check in. No, he was calling to ask if I could get him acid or shrooms because he was going to a club that night with his friends. He said he didn't invite me because I have epilepsy, which is true. At that point, I decided it was time to end things. I didn't end it on that phone call, but I was trying to talk to him about how bothered I was by his lack of communication and that he was only calling me to see if I could get him drugs. Damn, this shit is long as fuck, y'all. Oh my God. He said he couldn't stay on the phone to converse because he was having allergies and felt very caught off guard because he wasn't anticipating having a serious talk. The next day, I sent him a very cordial text explaining that it wasn't going to work out between us. He never responded. The next day, he texted me like everything was normal, and I reiterated what I had said earlier, but he acted as if I just felt insecure and needed reassurance from him about how much he liked me. So he misguidedly reassured me. I ended up blocking him. About a week later, I realized I was late on my period and the concerning odor I had developed from sleeping with him unprotected was persisting. The odor began immediately after he finished inside me for the first and only time, a couple weeks prior. There are other more graphic details that I won't share here because that all definitely indicate that he was the cause. I messaged him telling him my concerns, particularly about the pregnancy. For context, he has a pregnancy fetish and he begged me to let him finish inside me, even though I'm not on birth control. Stupidly, I consented because I was on my period at the time and figured there was a low risk of me getting pregnant. Don't worry, I will never be that reckless and dumb again. After texting him, he assured me I wasn't pregnant and was generally being supportive. I took a test and it was invalid, so I made an appointment with a doctor to do an ultrasound and get tested for STIs. I also brought up the funny smell and he said he had just gotten tested at the local college and he was negative, but a blood panel showed that he was deficient in certain nutrients, which was which which was probably responsible for the smell. I asked to see a picture of his results. He refused. He said he would only show me if I promised to see him. He said I was making him uncomfortable and projecting my own issues onto him. He said he couldn't believe that I would just throw him away and everything we had like it was nothing and insinuate that he was being malicious. I told him he was holding my peace of mind hostage just for the sake of pettiness. This text message exchange went on for a while and he never sent me a picture of his results. I went to the doctor and was negative for everything, including pregnancy. Thank God. but I need a medical grade douche to get rid of his rancid smelling semen. However, I did tell him I was pregnant and was still deciding whether to terminate the pregnancy or carry the fetus to term. He's been freaking out and asking to see the paperwork, but I told him the same thing he told me about his STD results. I'm not planning to keep up these rules for long, just for a few more days, so he can experience the same anxiety I experienced. Am I the asshole in this situation? Yo, that was a long one, right? But this is what I'm saying. Okay, wait. She had some edits and stuff, but I'm not even going to read that. But this major update, he texted me saying he's not responsible because it's my body. He said he just wants to see me and doesn't understand why I won't see him. He said he would like to see me today, but only if I'm not rude because that's not his vibe. I told him to take a shower and stop asking girls to beg for his sperm during sex because it's weird. He's blocked. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, she just met this man. This whole thing, it didn't seem like it took that long, right? From like when they first met to when all this happened, right? Hold on. Yeah. It didn't seem like that much of a long time. They weren't even really fully in a relationship, right? And it's like she had unprotected sex with this man and let him finish in her. And it's like, what would be wrong with using a condom? I'm so confused. What's wrong about using a condom? Mind you, she she talked to him about getting tested. He said he got tested, but this was after she started suspecting that she had something. What would Why couldn't they have gotten tested before they got physical? Like, this is what I'm confused about with our generation, right? Our generation, we have knowledge of of all these STDs, STIs. We have knowledge, right? We have condoms. There are clinics that will literally give away condoms for free, but they're also available like everywhere. You can go get it. Everybody wants to have sex, but nobody wants to have safe sex. Like, I'm confused. So, do people want to have STDs and STIs? Like, maybe I'm not getting it, right? Hey, it's possible. It's possible I am confused. It's possible Shama does not understand society, right? Like, maybe I just need to be more freaky. Maybe that's what it is. That's possible. But I'm trying to understand. Let me know if that's what it is. But don't you guys want to have safe sex? Like, isn't that on your mind? Isn't that something you would want? I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused. And then, okay, see what I mean about being freaky with no sense. He has a pregnancy fetish, but started freaking out when she said she was pregnant. Like, it's not making sense. And then, how is it that you haven't gotten tested? You're not using a condom. You have a pregnancy fetish, and you're begging this girl to, you're telling this girl to beg you for your cum, right? With no condom on because you have a pregnancy fetish. But then as soon as she says, "Oh, I think I'm pregnant," you're freaking out. I thought that's what you liked. Or maybe hell, yeah. This is what I'm talking about our generation. Just stuff like this. And if you go on Reddit, you will literally see so many stories about stuff like this. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand what is going on. Is nobody scared of getting the disease? Like, aren't y'all scared of HIV and AIDS? Of herpes? Those don't go away. They don't go away. And the thing is, with HIV, there's the medication you can take now where even if the other person has it, it's likely to prevent you from getting it from them. Why would our generation not take this seriously? We have the information, we have the medications, we have the condoms. We know that this is a thing. What's the problem? And then we all know that everyone in our generation is so crazy and crazy about having sex. Everything you look at, everything you turn to, sex, sex, sex. That's what people. But why can't we just have safe sex? I don't understand. I'm confused. Okay, but that's not even it. Hold on. Y'all got my mouth dry. Okay. The next thing is, why can't men just say what they want? Why can't men just say they want sex? Why? Why can they not just say they want sex? They will literally go through a whole thing, manipulate people, deny, just be weird rather than just say what it is they actually want. And I don't get it. I'm confused. I'm confused. Like, men would do the most. They would do anything but say the words, do you want to have sex? Let's have sex. And then they will swear to God that that will kill the mood. I actually just watched a video from Olorinati. I hope I'm saying her name right. About Aziz Ansari and how men are becoming Aziz Ansari, or how men are just like Aziz Ansari, right? And it was a video about rape culture and how the language we use to talk about sex is virtually rape culture. And I agree, because this girl that was talking about Aziz Ansari, she wasn't expecting to have sex. He was. But somehow he couldn't find it in him to say the words sex and to ask if she wanted to have sex, even though that's what he wanted. And even though everybody is like, yeah, I'm grown, we can do whatever we want. So everyone's grown, but no one can say the word sex. Like, I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm very confused. Like, people talking about, oh, if we ask for consent, it's gonna kill the mood. Literally, how? You're just making sure that the person you want to have sex with wants to have sex with you. How is that killing the mood? That's encouraging the mood. Because if they don't want to have sex with you and you're having sex with them either way, that's rape, sir. So I don't know. Like, do men not want to have sex with people that want to have sex with them? Only people that are twisted in the head want to have sex with people forcefully when those people don't want to have sex with them. That's some weird shit. That's some weird shit. What's the big deal about just making sure that the person you want to have sex with wants to have sex too? What's the big deal about getting consent? Like, men will be sneaky. Men will try to do anything, get in where they can, any type of way, outside of just saying what they want. Like, they will say anything else. Like, oh, can I give you a back rub? Oh, they will massage whatever body part. They will do this, they will do that. They will invite you to cook. to cook for you rather than just say, hey, this is what it is. And then they'll turn around and be like, well, yeah, if he was flying you out, well, yeah, if he was inviting you to cook for you. I wasn't aware that a plane ticket was the same thing as sex. I wasn't aware that a meal, a drink, literally anything equated to sex. Like, I wasn't aware that when someone gives you a plate of food, you're supposed to give them sex in return. My bad. My bad. My bad. I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware that when someone bought you a drink, you don't say thank you. You just start fucking. I wasn't aware. My bad. Maybe I need to learn a thing or two. I don't know. I don't know. Right? And then here's something else. How about we understand that sometimes, well, people are always saying, oh, men always want to have sex. Men always want to have sex with everybody, with anything. But then you see men and they're talking about how, oh, they don't always want to have sex. And I feel like that kind of mindset of men always want to have sex, men always want to have sex with everybody, with everything, all the time, that's detrimental to them. That's detrimental to them because it reduces them to just their dick. Really. That's what it does. It reduces them to just their penis. They can't think outside of their penis. They can't act outside of their penis. They can't do anything outside of fuck. That makes no sense. Very reductive. But then if that's how men are, how can we then turn around and say, oh, they're the leaders? Because how can they lead if they're always just thinking about their dick? How can they make critical decisions? How can they be the more logical sex if all they're thinking about is their penis? That makes no sense either. See how it doesn't make any sense? To encourage the story that all men are constantly thinking and focused on their dick. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Now, on the other side, we have the women where it's like all women are sluts. But then somehow you have to pressure and persuade them into sex. Which is why you can tell a man no, but he doesn't think you mean no, like no. He thinks you mean like no, but like convince me. He thinks you mean like, oh my God, no, I just don't want you to think I'm fast. I just don't want you to think like I just spread the legs for anybody. It doesn't mean no for real. It just means like no. It doesn't mean no. It means like pressure me, persuade me. But then somehow when she does give into the pressure and persuasion that you put on her, she's a slut. Society is like, oh. Wait, if he buys you a drink, if he flies you out, you have to sleep with him. But then when you do that, then they're like, oh, you slept with him? You fucking whore. But then they're like, oh, because you slept with him, you must sleep with me too. Right? Because I've heard that from the manosphere. It's like, oh, you slept with that dude, but you don't want to sleep with me. If you so let me get it straight. You go to the club, this dude buys you a drink. That means you gotta sleep with him, right? So y'all fuck in the bathroom. Then some other dude is like, yo, I flew you out. You fuck that dude in the bathroom after he bought you a drink. You must fuck me too. So now you're like, shit, I guess I owe him. Okay. So you sleep with the second one too. Then the third dude is like, wait, you got two bodies? You a fucking whore. You're a fucking slut. Matter of fact, I don't even gotta buy you anything. Nobody will ever wife you. So you just better sleep with me because that's the best you can do. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I just I just wish we would turn the freaky down, turn the fun up. Because how about we just go to the club and we actually dance? Like we actually feel free to dance, not just women shaking ass and men standing there looking uninterested. How about the men also dance? Because it's more fun to dance with a partner than to just dance while the partner is just looking at you uninterested. How about we flirt without being expected to spread them legs afterwards, right? How about we flirt just to flirt because it's fun to flirt? How about that? Can we do that? Can we? Like, can we have a little fun? Or like, does everything have to come with the expectation of sex? I just want to know. I'm just a little curious. I just want to know. Is it okay if we like just have fun? And then if we decide to have sex, is it okay to make sure that both people involved want to have sex? Like, is that okay? Is that okay? And then can we be like safe about it? Like, can we get tested and provide those test results to our partners? Can we do that? Can we both get tested before before the sexual encounter? And can we perhaps can we use a condom? Especially if we're also sleeping with other people, especially if we're not exclusively in a relationship. Can we just have safe sex? Can we perhaps take some sex education classes? Can we maybe not terrorize other people? Right? Can we at least know our status and take the necessary medications for our health? Can we prevent the spread of STDs? Can we maybe allow the numbers to go down a bit? You know, can we use this education that we've been given, the tools, the knowledge to, have fun in a way that makes sense? I don't understand. And can we, for Christ's sakes, stop raping people? I don't know. Maybe it's too much. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just kind of feel like our generation, we could, like, we could just go to the club and have fun and then have safe sex afterwards if both people choose to, without pressure, without needing convincing. Because women are sexual beings too, and she doesn't need to be convinced into having sex with you. If she wants to have sex, she wants to have sex. And men are more than just sexual beings. They have a fucking brain. They have emotions, not just a dick. But maybe that's just me. Hey. Maybe that. Let me know. Get in the comments. Let me know. Chama, this is just you. Like the rest of us, we really love to fuck raw. Even without making sure that we're tested, Hey, I'm open to learning something new. Just let me know. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Cause Lord. Yeah, that's all I have for today. Yeah, yeah. I need a long walk to cleanse my mind of everything we just spoke about. I can't believe I've been talking for 40 minutes. No one, I'm tired. Anyways, that's it for today. Comments, like, subscribe if you like. Okay, I'm trying to grow the channel. Hopefully, I can be consistent. But these are just my opinions, okay? Don't get upset. But if you're upset, tell me why, because I don't see anything to be upset about. But that's it for today. Bye bye. Mwah, mwah.